A lot of people are confined to the idea that they are either brave or they are a coward, and that there's no in between, and that there's nothing they can do to fix that situation. What I want to raise in this video is that courage is actually a muscle. It can be trained and it can be grown and it can be improved, just like anything else in life. It's not actually a fixed trait. You can learn to be more brave. In fact, you can probably become more brave of a person than you ever thought capable. The problem is that you are trying to do something that requires too much courage for your current level, and so of course you're failing. If you brought somebody into the gym for the first time, you would not load up 225 pounds or 2 plates on the bench press and then expect them to bench that weight. You would start with the empty bar. This is the exact same way that it's going to work when you're training your courage. You can't go out and expect to do something that takes a lot of balls and do it reliably and consistently without first doing smaller acts of courage that are going to build that courage muscle, are going to help you become progressively more brave to the point where now tackling that thing that requires a lot of courage, it actually isn't going to be as bad. It's still going to take bravery, but you're going to be able to do it because it's not going to take as much. This is the concept that I need you to understand, that no matter what it is in life, you can't go from 0 to 100. You have to go from 0 to 1, and then 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3, 3 to 4, all the way up to 100. And that's how you keep 100 when you get there. That's how you produce long standing, lasting results that actually make an impact. Because let's be real, if you went and did something that terrified you right now, you wouldn't, if you were asked to do that same thing again tomorrow, there's a good chance you wouldn't be able to, because it would have just taken too much out of you. Whereas if you start with small acts of courage and work your way up progressively, then by the time you get to that big thing, it's not going to be as big and scary anymore, and you're going to be able to handle it, and you'll know that you're going to be able to handle it. So how do we go about doing this? You need to start committing one act of courage per day. It doesn't matter what the size of that act is. You just need to do one act of courage per day. Maybe it could be anything. It could be so small. Maybe you're scared of talking to new people. So it could be as simple as, when you walk past a stranger in the street, look at them and say hello, if that's something that scares you. And that's fine, because that's where you start. And then we just build from that. And you just continue to do progressively scarier and scarier things, but you don't start with the big thing, because that would just be illogical and psychotic, and nobody would expect you to succeed. Instead, you start with the small things. You work your way up. Do something that makes you a little bit nervous, or do something that you've been dreading, and face it head on. Just do one act of courage per day, and that's how you're going to start building that bravery muscle. And you'll find that your self-esteem rises alongside it. So go give that a shot. That's your action step for today's video. Have a good one, and I'll see you back here in the next video. Peace.